Welcome to QA for Sure. In today's video, we'll be looking at how to generate test data through AI in our automated tests. We'll be using Llama 3 to generate the test data. We'll be installing Llama 3 through Ollama. So Ollama allows installation of Llama 3 locally in our machine. So it gives us more control. It gives us full control over the data and privacy. And like you can create the data without relying on any cloud-based services. So today's agenda would be to set up the Ollama in your machine and to create a Python project and to install the required dependencies. We'll be using Parabank website for to test out the test data, and we'll just fill out the registration form with the help of AI data, and we'll check if the functionality is working fine or not. We'll just register the user and then we'll do log out and log in with the same user. So let's start. For installation of Ollama, you can navigate to this Ollama download website. Here you will be provided with different options. It depends on which machine you have. You can download the machine specific installer for your purpose, and then you can install it normally, like you install it on your local machine through a wizard. So at the end of the wizard, you will also get an option to install the Ollama CLI, the command line interface. Please do that so that you can access Ollama through your terminal. Now, I'll show you how you can access Ollama through your terminal. I have Ollama installed locally. So let me check. So this is the Ollama version. Now, after installing Ollama, you need to run a model, a AI model locally in your machine. So to do that, we'll just type in Ollama run llama 3. So what this command does is it will find the latest version of llama 3 and it will download it to your machine if you don't have it. If you have it already, then it will use the same llama 3 model that you have. So once you click enter, so you will find this prompt. So here you can type your prompt. For example, what is the capital of France? So it should give you the output in a while. It takes a bit of a time because it's installed locally in my machine. So yeah, so it returns the capital of France is Paris. So yeah, that's how this will work. Now, if you want to see what all models are installed on your machine, you can just check it with Ollama list. And I have these two models at the moment in my machine. So in the Ollama library list, you will find all the models that are available right now. So you can download any of these to your local machine and then install it depending on the requirements, machine requirements that each model has. Next, Ollama also exposes an API locally. So first of all, like you can access Ollama through localhost 11434. So this is the default point and default port that it has, that it runs on. And you can see if you go to this link, it says Ollama is running. Now, it exposes an endpoint which is through which you can directly converse with the LLM model. So I'll show it to you in a while. Before that, we'll continue with our agenda. We will just set up a Python project and install the dependencies. So I have the Python project set up locally already. Let me install the dependencies quickly. So it has a virtual environment here, and I'll just install Selenium and the request library. So let me install it. So yeah, the installation is completed now. I'll quickly freeze the requirements in a requirements.txt file so that it can be used for future installations. So yeah, now it's done. Now I will create a main.py where we will write our code for generating the test data. So now, yeah, we have main.py over here. Let's open this. So first of all, we will be calling the Ollama API. So Ollama API to generate the response. So the default endpoint here is, so the default endpoint that we will use is API/generate. So let me quickly create a function. First of all, we need to import request as we are going to make some API calls. So let me write this quickly, generate test data. We'll supply a prompt to this particular function, and we will be expecting a response. We will make a post request. We'll make a post request to, let me quickly write this, localhost 11434, that was the default port, and we will make this call to api.generate endpoint. And in addition to this, we also need to provide the JSON payload. JSON payload for this one will just include the model name. In our case, it was, just hold on, I think we can use this Llama 3 latest, just paste it here. And also we need to provide the prompt. I'm sorry, let me write it like this. This will be prompt. And also we need to disable streaming. So this API actually streams the output. So it produces the output in the form of chunks. So we don't need that. We need the complete output at once. So we'll just make the streaming as, keep the streaming as false. Next, we need to get the result, and we need to return the result. So yeah, so this is how it should work. Let me quickly define a prompt here. I have the prompt prepared already, so let me just copy it and paste it here. So basically what this prompt does is, just hold on, let me place it here. Yeah. So this will, I have written the prompt. In the prompt, actually, you have to be quite specific of what you want to get. So it goes like this: generate sample user registration data in JSON with the following data set. So first name, last name, address. So these all values are coming from that registration form. So it will generate some random values like this. If you don't provide how many sets of data you want, it will generate like 2 or 3 data on its own. You can provide like, I want 10 sample data, user registration data, or maybe 15 or maybe 20 or whatnot. So let's keep it by anything like by default as of now. Next, this line is quite important. Just mention that do not include any additional text or explanations. So generally what these models tend to do is they will add some additional text like here is your output, or here is the thing that you requested for. So we don't want all that. So we just want a JSON with all the values over here. So let's now call this generate test data method with our prompt that we created. Let's see what it returns. And we will go ahead and we can just run it through here. Let's see what output it returns. It takes a bit of a time because it's installed locally, and it has to process the prompt, and it has to do all the calculations and return the data. All right, so it returned something. Let's check what it returned. Let me, okay, yeah, so if you see here, it returned a response object. Okay, so here is the complete response in JSON, and there is one more attribute called response. Inside this, we will have an array. We have an array with a JSON response. If you see here, there is a JSON response here, first name, last name, address, city, and all these things. Okay. So we need to get this response object. So if I just return the response and I try to print it, let's see what it returns. It should print a JSON over here. So give it a while, it should print a JSON, and then we can use, yeah. So if you see here, it prints a JSON in proper format. It prints a JSON array basically. So you have all these test data that is defined here. Okay. So next, what we are going to do is we are going to parse this parse this data into kind of JSON format. Let me quickly again call this. We'll be calling this. We'll call this test data. Now we will be putting this inside. We'll use the JSON.loads method of Python. So this will actually parse it in JSON format. We don't have JSON, so just import it. So we'll just import JSON over here, and it will just parse it in the form of JSON data. Let's keep a print here so that it prints the JSON data once again. Okay, so now we should have our JSON data here. Let's move ahead with the next part of the code. Now we will start our test. Let me quickly write it. Okay, we don't have WebDriver, so from Selenium import WebDriver. So this should take care of this. Yeah, it does. Now we will get the page. We will be navigating to the registration page directly. So you can just copy this one and then paste it here. So we'll put some sleep, time.sleep, suppose 5, so that it is navigated. Do we have time? Yeah, we have time here. Next, we will be we have time.sleep, and then let's assert it. Assert driver.title equals to, okay, I have the assert statement already prepared, so let me just for the sake of time, let's copy this. So we'll assert if the driver title is the registration page. If not, it will just print out the registration page is not open. Now next, what we will do, we have to iterate through the test data. Now the test data is a sorry, this is a JSON array that we have. We need to iterate through the JSON array. In JSON data, okay, sorry, it will be for item in JSON data. What we are going to do, we are going to go to the let's actually put this here. Let's actually put this here. Hold on. This will be here, and here we will be. Okay, we'll just start with filling the registration form. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I have it already prepared, so I'll just copy everything and then paste it here, because no point in writing everything again and again. So yeah, so we'll have the by is not defined, so let me go and define by Selenium WebDriver common by. It will import by, so this should be taken care of. Yes. So it will enter all the registration, all the fields in registration data, and then it will take item, first name, last name, everything that was there in the JSON it will take, and then it will click on register, and then it will check the next, the title of the page. Next, it will do a logout, and then it will check if it is again going to the login page or not. After that, it will again after that it will log in, and then check if it is able to log in. So this is the complete code. Let me see if it gets to the end state again. Um, so this is log out again. I think we need to add a driver.get here so that it navigates the registration page again and again after it logs in. Let's see if it works. We'll do a driver.quit at the end here. Driver.quit. Okay, so now the test will get the test data from AI, and then it will perform the registration, and then it will do a logout. It will do a logout and then again login, and then again the registration will continue. Let's see if it works. So I don't know how many times it will execute because not sure how many times the AI will generate the test data. And there can be cases when your some of the fields can be duplicated, so that needs to be handled. That is not in scope of this video right now, but yeah, let's see if it works. So registration, it's waiting because of the weights that we provided. So yeah, so it logged in, and then it should log out. Yeah, it logged out, and then it should again log in. That's for the first set of test data. Okay, that's great. Let's see if it goes to the registration page again. Yeah, it went to the registration, again logged in, and again it will log out, and again log in. So this is the second step. Okay, that's great. I think there's one more time it will do it. Yeah, so it does it for one more time. So now it will be logging in again. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, so this is how the test data was generated. So it was generated dynamically, and this is just for the registration page though, so it might look a bit simple. So but then you can have more complex pages where you can define the test data. You can define your prompt according to your requirements, and then you can have a varied set of test data generated here. So this is all about it, and hope this was useful. And you can actually try this with by installing Ollama locally. And yeah, that's all from my side for today. I'll put this entire code in a GitHub repository. I'll link the GitHub repo in the description. And thank you for watching. See you next time.